You know that feeling? That specific kind of hollowness
Mm-hmm.
where you've been grinding for months, maybe years, toward this massive goal. You finally cross the finish line, and instead of joy, it's just tiredness or worry.
It's the arrival fallacy. You think getting there will fix everything, but there isn't what you imagine.
Exactly. And that is the perfect starting point for today's deep dive. We're looking at a text called Talking About Jesus.
No, it's structured like a meditative prayer, but honestly, it reads like a psychological diagnosis of modern burnout.
It really does. So our mission today is to unpack the argument it's making about the limits of our own effort, what it calls building your own kingdom, and how that stacks up against, spiritual reliance.
And it wastes absolutely no time. It jumps right in.
Oh, yeah. It opens with this paradox of earthly success. It just says, bluntly, the things I boast about on this earth do not last.
Right. It's a critique of what you might call resume virtues. The text uses this really vivid imagery.
The strong on the outside, but weak inside part.
Ugh, that's the one. It suggests that all those external markers of success often just hide this deep internal restlessness.
That really struck me.
Yeah.
It's not saying success itself is bad, but that it's just structurally unsound. If it's all you have, it literally says working for yourself ends in tiredness, worry, and sorrow.
Because, and this is the core of the argument, those achievements fade quickly. But there's one line in here that I think is the pillar for the whole thing.
What's that?
It says, earthly things cannot carry the weight of my soul.
Wow. Cannot carry the weight of my soul. That is heavy.
It is. It's basically saying our job titles, our social status, they're just too flimsy to build an identity on. If you lean on them, they're going to break.
And that realization seems to force the text into a kind of confession.
It does. It admits to this failed equation we all buy into.
Yeah.
That if I just work harder or if I get more recognition, then I'll finally be happy.
But the text just flat out says that's wrong. It says these things failed to give lasting joy. It's actually apologizing.
Right, apologizing for building plans without seeking your will. It frames that go-it-alone attitude not as strength, but as a fundamental mistake.
An apology for trying to brute force your way through life.
Exactly. And that's the pivot. The text stops asking for things like a promotion or a bigger house and starts asking for a complete internal rewire.
I saw that list. It asked to replace, what was it? Pride with humility, fear with faith, and restlessness with quiet trust.
And notice the progression there. It's a shift from autonomy, from I've got this, to dependency. It specifically asks to be led step by step.
Which is so hard for anyone who likes to be in control, right? We want the 5-year plan. We want the whole map laid out.
Mm-hmm. But this text argues that real trust, that quiet trust, means letting go of the need to see the final destination.
So you're trading the anxiety of control for the peace of guidance.
You are, and it draws a sharp contrast between being noticed by others and simply knowing you, capital Y. It suggests that our desire to be noticed is the very trap that keeps us running on that hamster wheel.
So if we zoom out, the central thesis is it's pretty binary. It's saying that a life without this spiritual connection is, well, empty.
It is. The conclusion is that meaning isn't found in what you build with your own two hands, but in placing your future into your hands.
Yeah.
It's a total shift from the temporary to the eternal.
It really forces you to do an uncomfortable audit of your own life's blueprint.
It does. It draws a very clear line. Are you building a kingdom for yourself, or are you submitting to something higher?
And that's really the question we want to leave you with. Whatever your background is, just think for a second about what you're stressing over right now. Which kingdom are you actually building? Is it one based on external recognition that, might just fade away?
Or are you building a foundation of internal lasting peace?
Something to think about. Thanks for diving in with us.